boom, there you go.
Everyone, I'm gonna try to keep this video nice and short. I'm hoping that I can help you out here. If you do like this content, please like and subscribe, and if you would, hit the notification bell.
Components of Spark are your coil packs, your cam angle sensor, your main relay, and your igniter. The igniter, I've just got it sitting up here bolted to the ECU and it's grounded to the engine, but this is normally over here on your firewall of your Miata. It's only from 90 to 93, 94, 95 and on, they had the igniter built in. The first thing you want to check to see why you may not have spark would be to take your oil fill cap off and look down there and see your cam lobe right there. Have someone crank the engine and see if that cam lobe spins. If the cam lobe spins, then that means the timing belt is good. It may have, you know, jumped the tooth or whatever, but regardless, the cam lobe is spinning, so that means that the timing belt is good, which the point that I'm getting to is that drives this cam, which drives the cam angle sensor. That's this thing here. It's bolted on by one bolt back here in this plug. So that creates your spark and tells the computer about your timing, where it is, and when to spark each cylinder and stuff like that. So then that tells the coils when to fire. You may even have spark on 2 of the cylinders, because this is cylinders 1 and 4, this is cylinders 2 and 3. I may have that backwards, but regardless, 2 of them fire at a time. Cylinders 1 and 4 fire at the same time, 2 and 3 fire at the same time. It's called wasted spark. So anyway, this whole little experiment is here so that people can bring their components here to see which thing is bad without having to buy each and every one of them until they diagnose out their problem, or going to a shop and paying a shop $500 to diagnose the problem and then say, okay, yeah, we've diagnosed that you need a cam angle sensor, or you need a coil pack, or you need an ECU. You can literally bring your components here and we can plug them in one by one until we figure out which one is the bad piece. So you want to find out what's wrong before you start buying things. There are testing procedures that you can do. The easiest thing to test is the coil packs. The igniter is not so easy to test. Cam angle system, not a bad thing to test, but it's kind of tricky also. So I'm just going to give you a little demonstration. I simplified this wiring harness to make it so that literally I can fire it up right here on the ground. I'm going to make this exhaust shorter and whatnot. See, that's what the harness would have looked like had I not shortened it down. But this is the bare minimum to make this engine run. In fact, I won't even have an ignition. Oh yeah, here's another key thing. So if your car will not crank over, you can simply touch a screwdriver to, you'll need to slide the little connector off here and touch it from here to there to the battery connection. And then boom, there you go. So if you have a bad ignition, if you have a bad park neutral switch, if you have an automatic, or if you have a bad clutch switch, if you have a 5-speed, on the clutch switch, you can simply bypass it by putting a piece of wire in there to see if the switch is bad or whatever. But the easiest thing to do is just to touch that to there, and that'll tell you if your starter's good. If it cranks up, then boom, or if it just cranks over, then you know your starter's good. Something else is causing it not to crank over. But anywho, I can't let this thing run too long because it doesn't have a cooling system or whatever. But as you can see, this is a very, very minimized wiring harness just to help people see what's wrong with their parts of their car. There you go. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Let me know if you have any questions.